Ever wondered what lurks in the shadows of a silent hospital at midnight, or what glowing eyes might hide under a sheet in an abandoned sanatorium? Join me as I share 3 true horror stories that will send chills down your spine and make you question what's really out there. During 2024, I had just turned 13. That serene Friday night, I lounged on the sofa in our family room, idly viewing a vintage cartoon repeat on television that failed to captivate me. Rain pattered on the panes, its rhythm blending with the TV's drone to form a comfortable ambiance. Mom was above in the washroom, leisurely preparing for sleep, a habit I understood not to disturb. An abrupt rap at the entrance disrupted the calm. Though not forceful, it jolted me. Who might arrive at our home so late? Hesitantly, I rose, my soles grazing the plush rug. Glancing via the spy hole, I identified Mr. Dalvin, a longtime pal of my father's. Rain made his silver locks shine, and concern lined his features. My stomach tightened. Trouble was evident. Unlocking the entrance, I welcomed him with a quivering tone. "Greetings, Mr. Dalvin." "Hello, youngster," he answered quietly, his voice solemn. "I must speak with your mother. Your father is in distress. He's at the hospital following a mishap." My spirits plummeted. "Hold on," I uttered, dashing upward. Barely articulating, I summoned Mom. She emerged hastily, securing her gown, and descended to greet him. I paused atop the steps, observing her gasp, palm to lips, absorbing his account. Shortly, we raced along slick roadways in Mr. Dalvin's vehicle. Mom bombarded him with inquiries, yet his replies were concise. I only discerned that Dad's state was severe, with the procedure ongoing. My digits clenched the safety strap, pulse racing. Upon reaching the facility, a pungent disinfectant odor assaulted us, coupled with stark ivory partitions and glaring illumination. Physicians and caregivers hustled along passages, expressions intent. Directed to a lounge by the surgical suite, Mom, ashen and strained, grasped her bag. I positioned myself next to her, sensing displacement. The timepiece on the partition clicked audibly, every tick resounding. Around 1 a.m., fatigue overwhelmed Mom, her crown dipping as she battled drowsiness. Yet I remained agitated. Remaining seated seemed intolerable, prompting me to roam the premises. "I'll stroll a little," I mentioned. Immersed in anxiety, Mom scarcely acknowledged. Those passages appeared faintly illuminated and ominously hushed then. As I ventured deeper, familiarity faded. Hallways extended infinitely, each bend revealing another duplicate pathway. My trainers scraped the ceramic surface, soul noise breaching the hush. Abruptly, I detected a presence trailing me. Peeking rearward, a male outline appeared distant in the corridor, scarcely discernible under dim glow. He remained static, observing me. Respiration accelerated. I hastened my stride, wishing it a figment. However, upon rechecking, proximity increased. Heart thumping, I strove to recollect the return path, but corridors merged indistinguishably. Alarm intensified. I had strayed. Forward, a marginally ajar portal caught my eye. Impulsively, I entered and softly sealed it. Amid gloom, I discerned lines of steel compartments tagged. Shivers coursed. I comprehended this as the mortuary. Retreating, I inhaled raggedly, thoughts scrambling for clarity. Suddenly, a resounding thump shattered quietude. I stiffened. The thump recurred, originating not from the portal, but a compartment. Limbs anchored, I stared. The thump amplified. Shaking, I extended toward the compartment's grip, yet a tone from behind startled me. "Hey, youngster, what brings you here?" Pivoting, I beheld a physician clad in ivory garb. His stare was firm, yet curious. There was tapping, I stuttered, gesturing at the compartment. He arched a brow dubiously. Tapping from the mortuary. Sans awaiting response, he commenced unveiling compartments. I observed, terrified, as pallid, inert forms emerged. Nausea rose, prompting retreat. Merely cadavers present, the physician remarked indifferently. Yet then, deliberate, ponderous steps sounded beyond the portal. Pulse surging, the portal groaned partially. There loomed the identical individual pursuing me, visage obscured in obscurity. I fled, his echoes pursuing, breath scorching. Pathways appeared boundless, but abruptly Mom's call reached. "Dear, where are you?" I dashed to her, tears flowing. Crumpling into her embrace, I wept. "What's occurred?" she queried, tone laden with worry. I swiveled to indicate the chaser, yet the passage stood vacant. Subsequently, I recounted all to Mom. Doubtful, she nonetheless informed facility guards. They scoured, yet discovered none fitting the portrayal. Following dawn, we conversed with the mortuary physician. Upon referencing the tapping, he regarded me compassionately. It must have been a hallucination. None taps from those compartments. I refrained from debate, yet I recognized what I'd perceived. That tapping persists in my recollection. The pursuer evaded capture, occasionally nocturnal. I ponder his identity and intent, yet chiefly I contemplate that mortuary noise. Was it fantasy or far graver? I never believed in spirits, yet that evening imprinted a scar, keeping me vigilant, reliving incidents repeatedly. Everything commenced when my companions and I opted to investigate the deserted Waverly Hills Sanatorium, infamous among America's eeriest locales. It appears stereotypical, yet we sought not otherworldly. We craved footage. My buddy Kyle envisioned a YouTube series titled Ghost Hunters in the Dark, persuaded eerie clips would explode. Mike, our crew's doubter, remained unimpressed, whereas I oscillated amid intrigue and skepticism. The facility towered above us, devouring the complete lunar glow. Shattered panes and yawning entrances resembled a gaping jaws. Kyle overflowed with zeal, clasping his recorder as Mike tinkered with his torch. "We'll encompass additional territory by separating," Kyle proposed. The notion displeased me, yet the labyrinthine paths and chambers sprawled. Kyle asserted our radios would link us, prompting hesitant consent. I proceeded along the western section, air dense and chilly. Steps reverberated from surfaces. Chambers bypassed resembled flaking coating, toppled furnishings, shattered panes. Certain contained corroded medical cots with shredded padding, as though echoes of former sufferers persisted. Sporadically, I detected subtle noises, a murmur, a scuffle, yet halting yielded mere quiet. My torch wavered, prompting anxious taps. Via radio, Kyle relayed discoveries regarding antique surgical areas and vandalized partitions. Mike muttered at wasted effort. Upon rounding a bend, Kyle's transmission crackled desperately. "Folks, hurry here." His inflection strained, lacking playfulness. "Your location?" Mike inquired, voice uneasy. "Eastern section by primary steps," Kyle responded. I rushed, torch ray jolting across fractured flooring. Mike and I converged at the steps concurrently. Kyle positioned centrally in the passage, torch aimed downward. "What's amiss?" Mike panted. Kyle wordlessly directed at a pale cloth upon the surface. Unwrinkled unlike debris, it lay precisely, mildly elevated centrally, suggesting concealment. Throat constricted. "Anyone beneath?" I initiated. Kyle affirmed. "Appears so." Initially deemed mere material, yet excessively precise, Mike snorted, concealing dread. "Likely a vagrant napping." "Depart," yet Kyle denied. "Must verify." Suppose injured, we abstained from dispute, Kyle perpetually daring. He crouched near the cloth, sustaining it in torch glare. Remain distant, he cautioned. Instinctively I seized Mike's limb firmly, an anomaly in that cloth unnerved. Kyle extended for the fabric's border and commenced elevating it. Abruptly he shrieked, a primal, chilling wail. He sprang, discarding torch, and fled. Mike and I pursued, steps booming amid obscurity, inhalations irregular. We halted solely outdoors, panting beneath lunar radiance. Kyle strode agitatedly, quivering. What observed? Mike insisted. Kyle, gazing downward, murmured, eyes. Vivid amber eyes, gazing from beneath the cloth. We swapped looks, yet uttered naught. Must summon authorities, Kyle stated. Suppose a corpse. Authorities arrived roughly 20 minutes hence, yet cloth vanished. They uncovered nil, merely vacant passage. They documented our narratives, though evidently disbelieving. A senior enforcer drew me aside. Legends circulate regarding this site, he noted. Certain sufferers never departed. You youths ought to avoid subsequently. Homeward, we examined Kyle's recording. It depicted him nearing the cloth, extending, then interference. Upon restoration, recorder grounded, seizing our escaping souls. We abstained from posting footage or revisiting the facility. Kyle ceased, referencing the eyes, yet I recognize they persistently torment his slumbers. During the 1990s, my then partner labored at a facility boasting extensive history. Erected in the 1800s, it subsequently transformed into a palliative support center. Contemplating its prolonged aid to society intrigued, contemporary sections adjoined snug, low-maintenance bungalows embedded in greenery, crafted for individuals capable of autonomy, yet requiring proximate health aid. Aged structures possessed peculiarities, breezes, resistant portals, and additional flaws. Particularly captivating was a portal self-securing and releasing sans proximate intervention, baffling observers. My partner commuted with a nearby resident, yet Friday saw the companion depart prematurely. Permitting her shift completion, I retrieved her. Journey spanned 40 minutes per direction, thus I departed prematurely for congestion. I lingered exterior, a charming masonry hut functioning as bureau, perched upon a faded ecclesiastical bench. Senior dwellers ambled picturesque terrains amid countryside, saluting all with grins. Gradually, I bonded with Ken, an octogenarian from a low-maintenance bungalow. His ailments necessitated sporadic facility sojourns, yet he reappeared for recuperation. Each Friday, he'd await upon that bench. Our dialogues delighted, his worldly insights and youthful anecdotes enthralled. Ken possessed a lively Toyota Celica from the 1980s, an eye-catching vehicle he treasured. Incapable of operating, he valued it and solicited Ken for excursions. He extended invitations for me to pilot it, yet acquaintance minimal, notion disquieted, particularly with mere 20 minutes available. Ken adored golf and conveyed lively accounts of matches, a sphere misplaced amid lofty foliage or triple successive birdies. I abstained from participating, yet father and sibling did, hence comprehension existed. His yarns abounded in particulars, mesmerizing auditors. Post-golf, he'd narrate his era in the Air Force amid World War II, functioning as technician, guiding groups, and subsequently instructing at a vocational institute for 10 years. His accounts of atelier blunders and academic times constituted a bounty. I commenced departing employment sooner Fridays for extended communion with Ken. Upon absence, my partner indicated hospitalization. I yearned for our exchanges. Following 9 months, he reoccupied the bench, conveying golf yarns. I withdrew for lavatory utilization, returning to vacancy. My partner stated, "Ken departed this week." I stood astonished. Yet I conversed with him moments ago. Subsequent week, his silica-occupied guest area, supplanted by sizable SUV towing trailer laden with furnishings and cartons, indication of absence. I encountered his offspring organizing Ken's possessions. He recognized me via Ken's accounts. He affirmed Ken expired Tuesday. I omitted our final dialogue. His offspring noted Ken relished companionship and wished no tedium inflicted. I reassured contrariwise. We recollected Ken's Air Force yarns. I admired Ken's acute recollection for golf particulars, yet his offspring perplexed. He abstained for a decade. He clarified that Thursdays involved visiting Ken's spouse's burial, dining at eatery, procuring and replenishing vehicle, a quartet to quintet hour regimen. Ken omitted these ventures. His golf yarns, so lifelike, undoubtedly stemmed from history, overly authentic for sheer fancy. Thanks for watching these chilling tales. If they gave you goosebumps, hit that like button, subscribe for more scary stories and paranormal adventures, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Share your own creepy experiences in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.